Now, 30-minute theatre.
The Daisy Chain by Lesley Clive, with June Barry as Catherine Howard, Andrew Branch as Thomas Culpeper, and Robert Lang as Henry VIII. The year is 1542, a room in the Tower of London.
When I was small and sobbing in the dark, my father told me that the way to rout that ghostie in the corner was to thrust a lighted candle in its face. Time and again it proved to be nothing but Mamma's cloak or my toy horse. I said to Master Cranmer, have the block brought here to my cell. He answered me that such was not the custom. I said, then we will establish a new custom, even as Mistress Anne Boleyn before us. It did not please him, that reminder. Bring me the block, I insisted. I am yet your queen, and I would look my last enemy in the eye. So he arranged for that thing to be carried here. I asked also that I might see the weapon, but he said no. The axe would be too heavy for me to lift. In truth, they fear to trust me with the blade, lest I do myself a mischief and so deprive the townsfolk of tomorrow's spectacle. For my poor cousin Anne there was a sword, mercifully swift and clean. Henry had the swordsman brought specially from France. No sword for me. But then she had a little neck. It was her only beauty, and Henry prized it too. Perhaps he could not bear to think that pale column butchered by the axe. In me he loved my eyes. Other attributes lured him, but all the songs he penned, he wrote them to my eyes. Clear eyes, honest eyes, a young girl's look to the rainbow eyes. He loved them because they gave him back his image of himself. My Renaissance prince of all the golden mornings. Henry, Henry, do not let them kill me. Wide eyes, fearless eyes. Why then do I hesitate to look on that block of wood? So plain. For the Queen of England. I had thought ebony. It has a luster and would not show the stains. It is a little rough, but not for long. So died good Sir Thomas More and careless Anne Boleyn. So died 1,000 others. And my Tom, the last so recently. This bold wood kissed the throat that I have kissed, and here his pulsing blood met English earth. Oh, Henry, you who made London's streets run wine for your wife's coming, must they now run blood at her going? Help me. Henry, my king, help me. Tom, my own love, forgive me. Oh, Tom. Tom.
Come on!
I cannot, you see.
It's but a style. Come on, Catherine. I wanted your parents courted here. Now it's our turn. Let me lift you over then.
We're a great way from the house.
And a great way from each other. Come here. Oh, Catherine. I love you. I love your hands. Especially do I love them because you wear no rings.
I have had offers.
Oh, I didn't mean... Women adore many flashing jewels. My sisters wear them 6 at a time. You come with your small white hands and pluck a fellow's heart. Shun rings, my Catherine.
Well, so I shall, I promise. At least while you shun ruffs.
Oh, I detest the things.
And I love your throat. I had never seen a man's throat before.
Before that day of the hunt? Alas, I must confess I've seen many women's hands. Catherine.
No, Tom, don't. Don't start again. I cannot.
Why? We'll be married one day.
We are not married yet.
I love you. Don't you love me?
Yes, of course I do.
Then what possible reason have you for denying?
Fear.
Fear?
I'm afraid of having a child.
Oh, my darling. You're the child. I know ways.
Tom, Let me go. Please.
All right. Come. We'll return to the house.
No, not yet.
Oh, court but no sport, eh?
It is the custom.
Catherine, you will turn me Tom of Bedlam. I want you.
Let us walk a little, please. Tom. Tom, wake up.
Huh?
Push me.
Oh, not this morning. It's too hot by far.
That is how I came to slip away. My grandmother dozed off over her tapestry. Push me, Tom. I want to feel a rush of air.
No. Here. A flower for you.
I prefer buttercups.
Oh, you would. Have you ever looked at a daisy? No?
I
Well,
haven't
see-
time.
When will you ever have more time than now, sitting on a swing in July?
It's simply, I would rather look at you.
At my throat?
No.
Are you grown up, Catherine?
Yes, I think so. You'll not be making daisy chains.
Not a chain, no. Or not for you, Miss Fidget, but a ring, merely. And with this ring, I thee wed.
Ah, then it is a chain after all.
Do not refuse to wear so slight a thing. It'll be dead tomorrow.
We shall not be dead.
And you will be my wife?
Oh, yes. Oh, the grass is all tickly.
Tinder. Oh, sweetheart.
I love you. Tom.
Yes, Tom. You're Tom these 2 years. Now, what is this I hear about you and the king? Why? Are you not my wife?
No, I am not.
Because Lady Norfolk has grandiose ideas and I am not her choice.
Be reasonable.
I love you.
I can tell. I love you, Tom. But I owe much to my grandmother, and the king is in a position to...
Grant your family favors. Raise your cousin.
To rack my cousin, to pull this house about their ears. He's monstrous cruel when thwarted.
Catherine, come with me now before it's too late. We can take a ship for France. You've had 2 years of my life. Will you betray me? Well, come. There's yet time.
No, dear Tom. The net is already dropped over us. It wants but the drawing up. I'm not wise, but I see that.
Are you His Majesty's mistress?
No,
But it will come to that.
he's a lonely old man, Tom.
He can still straddle a bed.
Don't, I will not listen.
Love me, Catherine, me. Do you feel nothing?
Thomas Culpepper. I am the rib in your side. Your cool brown hands. Henry's fingers catch in my hair, but yours are smooth, young, exciting.
What's this? A ring?
A ruby?
You little fool, you'll be used like the others.
I shall be Queen of England.
And used as such.
I trust not. Henry has his son.
Yes, even if small Jane Seymour cracked in half to get him.
Henry has 3 children now, a dynasty. He will get none from me.
Where are you? Whatever dream world you move in, I would follow. But this... Since when do you wear rubies on your fingers?
Since my lord carries a ruff.
I've been away. It's politic in the city.
This, too, for me, is politic.
I will not let you go, Catherine. Not to save your distant relatives from a fate that may not frown.
How not?
His Majesty may die.
Tom.
He's old, you said so.
He is our king. God forbid that we hurry him into the earth. We owe him love.
We owe each other much.
Tom, I am not clever as Anne Boleyn was clever, to keep the king a-dangling for 3 years. He will have my answer tomorrow. He insists.
Catherine.
I love you, but I love the king as well. He does me great honor, you know.
God's patience.
And if we are careful, I can raise you, too.
For love alone, I would accompany you into Daniel's den of lions. But do not insult me with promises of purse or position.
Not even if that position be stretched out on Catherine's bed.
Stretched on the rack more like.
You forget that we are practiced in deception. Our letters have been but ciphers to the curious. Why should the king be wiser than my family?
Catherine, this is reality and not some Christmas game of your devising.
But you will wait to hear from me.
Yes. I would have given you a daisy for each daughter, and for our son 1 moonlit buttercup.
So, you'd cover my fingers with naught but kisses. Answer your queen miser, Tom. Is that not your name?
Nay, ma'am. I'm Tom of Bedlam.
My darling, I am sorry.
I do not know you, Catherine. You play act. I see you never loved me.
Tom!
No. You liked the idea of being a sweetheart, and I was the most presentable fellow to hand. Now you fancy yourself as a queen, and Henry is willing to settle his crown and his bulk upon you, lady.
Don't harp on that. He is 50.
And you are 19. He is also raddled with disease, which he bestows on each and every bedfellow.
You lie.
No. If I consent to stay in your fantasy, to play my part as it please you, then you realize I take Henry's sickness into myself,
Tom.
bed with us both, and you give me the rot. Look at my body and think of Henry's hulk. Look at your own and think of sores and secret weeping places.
No, the king is not afflicted.
Catherine, I was your first lover, and what I woke in you brought me to heal. I've had women before, but this, oh God, is love. I consider you my wife.
And I am honored.
But you will serve the king.
Yes. Tom, I
tell you, Catherine, in my time I have slept with many women, but you are my first whore. Farewell, Mom.
What's this, sweetheart?
Your Majesty.
Tears?
A discussion, sire. A matter of principle, merely.
Merely?
Yes, sire.
That will not do, Kate. Let me see your eyes. I could drown in them. But I needs must keep my head.
Henry,
That is more promising.
it was nothing.
Hmm.
Truly.
Well, to be sure, I am pleased to hear that you take principles so lightly. I have had in my life much trouble because of high-principled fellows and over-religious women. Are you religious, Kate?
I am a Catholic, Your Majesty.
Henry,
Henry,
what think you of God, sweetheart?
I think praise to him, sire, as does the wren on the hawthorn bough.
Not the wren, my beauty. Anne of Cleves now. She is a wren. Compared with her, you are a... I was about to say a peacock. That's better. Tears all gone.
Oh, yes, Henry. You are very good for me.
Why, so I trust. Shall we go in together? Shall we announce ourselves as partners, Kate?
As you wish it, Your Majesty.
It is well, my Chaffinch.
As plain Kate Howard I was born, and 5th Queen I was made. I married Henry, and by what folk will call the cold light of day, we were very happy. It was the warm nights came between us. The things Tom had said, I was frightened by them, and Henry, undressed, was old. I used to fear he would die on top of me, and I would be buried under that crumbling mountain of heat. So I behaved like a timid nursery lass, and Henry, believing I had never had a man, called me his rose without a thorn. Never had a man. Worst of all was my aching need of Tom. There were many so named at court, and every time the king called Thomas, my silly heart healed over. One day I flushed and faded so often and so swiftly that Henry asked me if I were with child. Alas, no, my lord, I regret I go light-headed, but am not yet light-hearted. My answer pleased the king, and saddened myself. For a moment I ached that no child filled out my belly. I fancy myself a mother. Tom is right. I am always posing. And I love being queen, talking with my own falcons, dancing to my own minstrels. I am 20 years old, and Henry has given me all England. As plain Kate Howard I was born, and 5th Queen I was made. He called me rose without a thorn, yet I was undismayed. Tom writes to say that my joy in ruling England is hard to understand, since I care so little for her daisies. In a sense, it is true that Tom loves this country more than any of us. Oh, if England were his.
But he is nothing, and Henry is everything. There has not been such a king since Alexander. His word is certain law, and I, fatherless Catherine Howard, am his queen. I am preferred before all company else.
Now, Kate, my love, keep your eyes shut. Here, Kate. Here is a present for you.
A present? What is it? Can I look?
A new set of chessmen.
Chess. I yet have much to learn.
Much, Kate. And yet,
Your Grace?
the craftsman thought to please you. I noised it abroad that I was seeking a chess set would do justice to my queen. Now, behold his.
Oh, lovely.
Is she not? So white and smooth in all her parts.
Henry.
So what if you lack experience? I tell you, queen takes all. Pawns, knights, bishops, kings are nothing to her.
I have designs on neither pawn, nor knight, nor holy bishop, sire. But in the wisest being in Christendom is lodged my joy.
Wisest, eh? It has a cold sound, sweetheart, compared with bravest, handsomest, youngest even.
All such have faults, my lord. The bravest may be killed in his next battle. The handsomest be visited by smallpox. As for the youngest, he knows not those patterns that make for smoothest loving. Be content that as the wisest of them you are 4 times blessed.
Both wise in choosing you and blessed in having
Henry.
my rose without a thorn.
But of course I needed Tom Culpepper still. And after some months I sent to him and had word that he would meet me.
Over here, in the boat. Catherine, this is the damnedest thing. It is you.
Oh, yes.
Keep your hood up, you little fool. Here, give me your hand. What harebrained scheme is this?
Oh, Tom, I had to see you.
But here on the Thames.
If you think it dangerous, be gone.
I matter little. I am nothing but you are Queen of England.
And in all England, is there no place where we may be alone?
Not one corner.
Oh, Tom, let the river take us somewhere. You always said that the Thames was friendly water.
Upstream, not here. Here is Henry's domain still.
You have strong arms. You can row.
It is madness.
So you have ceased to love me.
Little Howard girl, you have not ceased your foolishness. You cast yourself in another tragic role, my pretty playmate. You're not Helen. There will be no war declared because I put my hand on you.
Will you do that?
What?
Put your hand on me. What is the matter? What is this? There is blood.
I did it. While I waited for your coming. I wanted to think of something other than Catherine Howard, who has cheated me of home and children.
Here. Now me. Do it.
I cannot coldly.
Yes. Bite me. Break the skin. Tom, I love you.
Your wrist.
Henry will have the wolfhound put to death. We needed this. It was a bridge. We will go upriver to talk and comfort each other.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Unless it is that you no longer...
No longer what? My wife.
Tom, I am the king's mistress, and you were right. What you said is all truth. You have always dealt in truth. I have his illness. Can you still love me now?
Oh, Catherine.
Well. Tom, I like, I admire, I respect you, I desire you. And with these 4 major declarations, I take the measure of one small word. I love you, Tom. Henry, King of England, I like and admire you. But that, alas, is all. I am 21 years old, and I look in a mirror as for the first time. Catherine Howard. Whore. Tom gave me that name twice. The first time on the morning that I ran to Henry, and the second time on the night that Henry found us together.
Tom!
Listen, carefully. This room is no longer safe. I cannot stay.
Then where shall I come to you?
I do not know. I cannot think. My head is... We are found out, Catherine. And worse than all, you were found out by me. I thought you betrayed our 2-year love affair by marrying the king. But now it is common knowledge that you had myself and Dearham, others, even your music master. During those summers when I thought you were mine, you were a generous woman.
But I love you.
Is it not true, the gossip?
I took you to my bed and you were first. Love, you have proof of that.
And Francis Dearham?
He loved me much and you were far away.
Whore!
You discovered to me my body. When you were absent, I was miserable. The fever was on me still. I was too young to forfeit this new, delightful pleasure. But you were in my heart. It was your name I shouted to the stars.
Catherine, your enemies are gathering proof together. We are about to die for our indiscretions, and all I can think of is that you have mocked me and bedded with those others.
I was 17. Tom, forgive the child. She grew up long ago.
But Dearham, you brought him here to court, made him your secretary.
He loves me and I pity him. You have no monopoly on loving, Tom. He used blackmail to secure his post. He threatened to tell the king the full story of our old foolishness unless I allowed him to pass his days under my roof.
Truly, he knows you well. Catherine Howard to play the hapless victim. Oh, yes, I see it.
Believe
What an
me.
impressive figure you will make at your trial, my queen, with all this practice.
Oh.
Have you permitted Dearham your bed of late?
No.
No? What a fool you must think me.
Francis was my lover but once, and that 4 years ago. Very well, I will tell you the whole truth. As a child, bereft of both my parents, I was afraid to rest all my joy in one frail human being. I fought against loving you and you alone. I slept with those other men, fully expecting one of them to matter. I could not believe Tom Culpepper owned me heart and soul. But I found you did. And their kisses were just so many autumn leaves blowing against my face.
There is danger. Goodbye, Catherine.
No! Take time to believe.
Only I could. Let me see your eyes. Yes. They at least are clear.
You above all men. You are the only one to finish my sentences before I can myself. I love you, Tom.
Shh. I thought I heard something.
Tom!
My wife.
The spies have discovered us in the darkness and robbed me of my lover. The Protestant spies who hate me because I am a Catholic queen. Yet I declare a more impious lady never existed. Henry is angry, and more important, he is old. His anger is not the anger that sent my cousin Anne to the block. It is not his anger that I fear. It is not his anger that will kill me. It is his age. He is ashamed and tired. Too tired to halt the process of the law which will butcher me because of a childhood romance. I tell them that I lay with Thomas Culpepper as Catherine Howard, not Catherine of England. They do not believe me. I am taken in adultery, and for a queen such as high treason. So should I tell them that I kept myself deliberately from Tom's bed because I carry Henry's disease? That, too, is treasonable. I, who am not so clever as my cousin, how may I escape Anne's death? But all this cudgelling of my brains avails me nothing. I am not brought to trial. My Protestant enemies deny me that platform, and so I never see Tom or Henry again. As plain Kate Howard I was born, and 5th queen I was made. He called me rose without a thorn, yet I was undismayed. Then came the day, I'm sad to say, when Henry found I pricked Catherine Howard. Whore. I would not wrong Tom's body and give him half the sickness that I hold. And yet I could not stay away from him, my husband. I would not wrong Tom's body, but because of me it is chopped into pieces. So, first he removed his ruff. And here there rested the hollow of his throat.
Your Grace.
Thank you, Archbishop. I have finished with the block. But have you the other thing about you?
Yes. I waited until sunrise, as you said.
Oh. Its petals are just opening. See? So white and smooth in all its parts. But each petal tipped with pink. And golden-hearted. Are you fond of daisies, my lord?
I think I prefer roses, Your Grace.
Like Henry? Well, daisies are for the truly discriminating.
It is time for the placing of the block.
Ah, yes. Will His Majesty be present? No? A moment, Cranmer. I who was cheated of my trial, I could wish I had some words about me at the last to give the good folk of England. What was it Sir Thomas More said on the scaffold?
I die the king's good servant, but God's first.
That will not do for me. I have small use for God. Motherless and brought up on the family's charity, I early decided that I must help myself. By use of this pretty face God gave me, I grant you. You see what a poor thing I am. I have had all night to think up a noble sentence, and I lack one at the last.
My child, are you yet afraid?
Of the block? No, my lord. I have its measure now. It is but a piece of English oak, such as serves to make stiles and swings, boats and doors, my lord. I have no fear, and only one regret. I die a queen, but I would rather die the wife of Culpeper. Sin blinded me, and greed of grandeur. But I would rather have Tom for husband than be mistress of the world.
June Barry played Catherine Howard, Andrew Branch, Thomas Culpeper, Robert Lang, Henry VIII, and Philip Voss, Archbishop Cranmer, in The Daisy Chain by Lesley Clive. The play was directed by Martin Jenkins.
Tony Bennett, the international song stylist who stars in a new series beginning on BBC Two this Thursday, sings and talks to Tony Barnfield in today's edition of Woman's Hour. Also today, Bernard Jackson talks to Bishop Langton Fox of Menevia in North Wales, one of the leaders of the Catholic Charismatic movement. The In Training series continues with a look at how one of London's top department stores trains its staff in the art of selling. Reporter Anne Haino joins trainee executives as they learn how to sell anything and everything from a pair of gloves to a £1,000 tie. Just some of the items in Woman's Hour today at 2:02. Part 2 of The Bostonians by Henry James can be heard this afternoon at 3:35. Olive Chancellor, one of the leaders of the women's movement in America in the 1870s, has met a young girl, Verena Tarrant, whom she sees as a symbol of all that womanhood stands for. Alas, so does Basil Ransom, her cousin, and Olive is driven to take definite action. That's The Bostonians at 4:25 this afternoon. Radio 4. And now, Crowdy and Cream, in which Finlay J. MacDonald continues his reminiscences of his boyhood in the Hebrides.